Okay, welcome back to Own Your Health podcast, where I discuss all things that are related to leading a healthy lifestyle on a daily basis. It's about living this healthy lifestyle on a daily basis, not haphazardly. So, I am your host. My name is Opoluwa, and today I am privileged and excited to have with me here a special guest. Her name is Toyin Lolu Ogumade. She is a fertility advisor. She is a fertility coach. She's into surrogacy. She's into fertility management. She's also a counselor. So I want to say, Toyin, thank you very much for joining me today. I'm excited and I feel honored that you have taken time out of your busy schedule to join me on this podcast. And I'm sure that our listeners will be excited that you joined. They will be glad that they listen to this podcast because of what you're about to share.
Thank you, Auntie, for having me. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon. Welcome again.
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
I want us to dive right in.
Yes, ma'am.
I have noticed, and many people, you also would know, and other people who are experts, that many couples today are struggling with infertility, or are just simply seeking to lead a healthier lifestyle before attempting to conceive, which is a good idea, to live a healthy, prepare your body for conception. But so I'm going to ask, what are some lifestyle changes that individuals and couples can make to improve their chances of conceiving?
Okay, ma'am. So I will start by defining what infertility is, so that people get it right from the onset. It is the ability for two people, male and female, of reproductive years, is their inability to conceive after 12 months of actively trying, having repeated unprotected intercourse. 12 months, right? And the definition is just to help, because some people think if I try once a month, or whenever my husband comes in town, I try, or if we try 2-3 months and nothing is happening, then there's infertility. It might not be. It might just be wrong timing, yeah. And so I always like to start from that base, that if you've not tried for that long, then we are not overly worried. But if you have indications right from the beginning, then we have to take a closer look, or you're of a mature age, like over 35. Now, lifestyle changes, we find that in these days of fast food and fast everything, we need to take a closer look at our health, and it affects our ability to have children. Now, one thing I want us to understand is, for some people, it's a systemic issue. So it's like people developing hypertension and diabetes, and people wearing glasses, where like myself, and you have a weakness in your system, in your body. A lot of the time, infertility throws up like that because of a systemic issue, right? And when you're able to quickly identify that and balance it out, or eliminate it totally, yes, you are able to step up your ability to conceive, and then you have a child. So lifestyle, we look at what people do. Do we smoke? Do we take alcohol? Do we expose ourselves to harmful environments, to hazards like chemicals, like excessive heat, like food that is not balanced will still come to that. What are those things that we have exposed ourselves to? Are we on the obese side? And do we exercise a lot? We find out for some people, especially the women, when they come in to see us, they are overweight, and then we ask them to lose weight, and bang, they conceive. Especially people with PCOS who are on the a bit heavy side. So there are certain things you need to. So when somebody sits in front of me, there are certain things I'm evaluating, and I'm checking to see what could be wrong. You understand? So, but generally, your lifestyle, what you drink, what you smoke, like alcohol consumption, tobacco consumption, and all of these other recreational drugs. Some do drugs. Some are constantly exposed to heat, like people who work in chemical industries, or in heat, heavy, how do you call it, heated environments, factory workers. Yeah, it could, especially for the men, it could affect their spermatogenesis.
Wow, I think I've lost her. I hope
Yes,
Makes
ma'am.
it. Yes. Okay, you're back.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing those points. They're deep points and very enlightening. I'm aware of a lot of them, but a lot of people are not aware
Mm-hmm.
about the impact of those things. So
Mm-hmm.
let's now get to the next point. Let me ask you the next
Yes, ma'am.
question. What about diets? Are
Yes.
there specific foods or nutrients that are particularly beneficial?
Yes. Yes. A friend of mine who is also a professional she says this all the time. She says, food you commit to eat and food you
Mm-hmm.
omit to eat, right? Because it's both ways. It's either you're committing to doing something or you're omitting, something out of your meal. And ignorantly, we believe that diet means slapping some food on the plate and then eating anything that comes to your attention or anything to your table. So for some people, their meal intake is skewed towards a particular food type, like carbohydrates or a particular food type, fats and oil. No, but there should be a balance in the right proportion, right? So there must be a balance of carbohydrates, of fats and oil, of protein, and there must also be supplementation in terms of your vitamins, so whether micro or macro. You understand? So when you find out that your diet is heavily laden with sugars, then there could be a problem for some people, especially people with PCOS. It could be in form of insulin resistance and you're not able to metabolize sugar. So you need to balance and say, what am I eating? What proportion should I eat? Moderation is key, yeah, but when you're saying moderation, what are you having in moderation? And also supplementation, right? All our vitamin B's. And for some people, it's vitamin D. For us, fortunately, in this part of the world, we have a lot of sunlight. So we'll encourage people
Yes.
to go out in the morning, that early morning sun, take some exercise, soak it in for
Yeah.
an hour or
Mm-hmm.
two. You understand? So this is cheap. You won't
Yes.
find that over the counter. It's there every day. But you find out that
Okay.
for some people they have that deficiency and they have to now take the supplements to help them. For some men, you have zinc, you have selenium. So
I'm
it,
still going to ask you questions about
yes, ma'am.
supplements, so
Yes, ma'am.
don't worry. I want you to give the
Okay,
supplements.
okay. So, but for
Yes. So
diet, what are you eating? What are you
yes.
eating? So you're not just swallowing bread and swallowing rice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're not just using all of those artificial seasonings. I do not want to mention names and brands, but you
Oh,
know
I'm
those
still going
things
to come
that
to that
you.
question. Don't worry. I'm going to
Okay,
come. It's going to
okay,
be my
ma.
next question.
Okay. All
It's going
right,
to be my
ma'am.
next question.
All right,
So
ma'am.
since you've already started, my next question is actually: are there any food substances, that should be avoided when you are trying to conceive?
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people take a lot of crap. You know what you call crap foods.
Yes.
So please
And a lot
expatiate
of
on
us are
that.
guilty of that. Again, like I say, it's a fast food world, and we eat things at sight, especially when we are hungry. A lot of us have not learned how to prep our meals, how to prepare our food, ahead. And so we just eat whatever it is that we see. I am also guilty of that. But when I was on this side of the table trying to conceive, I had to first detoxify my system, and then get rid of all of those junk that I was eating, and it's necessary for us to do that. So first you need somebody like Auntie Okwe to help you plan your meals, to have a proper diet, and then you're not getting rid of things that are estrogen leading artificially. There are seasonings that you add into your stew and your food to make them sweet. Especially people that go
Mm-hmm.
and do mama puts from outside.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things that have high sodium glutamate, all of those seasonings that you put in your noodles, that you add to your jollof